This is episode 257 of the UFO Buster Radio Report. And this was supposed to happen yesterday, but the hopper did not hop yesterday. Not the same story today. And honestly, I was wishing and hoping that it took off yesterday because, we had that story about the folks in Texas losing their ever-loving mind because they had no idea where to run and where to hide when big bad Mr. Musk shot off his rocket. But yeah, it got canceled due to some wiring issues. And then there was the issue about the height. How far they actually were able to shoot the thing up because, the FAA was like, nah, maybe that's just a little bit too high, Muskie. You need to trim that down. They're like the HOA of the skies, basically. And that happened on Monday, too. But let's not get into that yet. That is part of the news report because I also wanted to do some research on our favorite rocketeer out west, the man, Mad Mike Hughes, because there hasn't been an update. It's been a week since his second attempt was supposed to happen, and no one was strapped to the rocket. I was even watching videos. I was thinking that he was going to be strapped to the Starhopper, but that wasn't happening either. So I had to go on a Mad Mike search. I did. Final update on Bugs, UFO hunter. He is doing great. His farts are worse. I mean, he's doing so good he can clear out several rooms at one time. And he's not afraid to do it. So if you ever meet him in person at some event, just know, take yourself a gas mask, because it's going to be ugly. It'll be ugly. And I don't even know why. We don't feed him bad things. He doesn't need human food. It's just built into him naturally, I think. Totally naturally. And if you don't believe me that he's okay, I posted a picture the other day on social media. And I was just looking at the picture, too, before the episode started. And I was thinking, geez, it reminded me of, if you haven't seen those Asian videos where, like, people torture the shit out of their poodles. I mean, torture them to get them to walk straight. And they put out in Asia, and they put the little backpacks on them, little dresses and crap. And the damn dogs walk vertical, like a human being, through the streets and stuff like that. Yeah, it's sad, I understand. I get it. But I was thinking, there was one where they put the poodle on the electric scooter. And the poodle got on vertical, like a human being. The scooter took off and right into the ditch. So I was wondering, what if bugs could do that? That would be a nifty little trick. I don't think he would, though. But he'd be farting all the way into the ditch, I can tell you that much. He would definitely leave a trail behind him. I don't even know if it would be a fear either. I think it might be part of his propulsion system. Try to get it up to about 5 miles an hour. Anyway, there's other stories on here I was going to talk about too, but then I had a second thought. So I'm going to run. This is like the express version of what's happening. Let me just do this. I'll play the news intro just for fuck's sake. Here we go. I never used to curse like this, but then aliens happened. That's the truth of the matter. And so the news that I did not cover today, and this is the shit that appears on my smartphone. And yeah, Google tracks everything and they know everything you're looking at. But some of these stories, I have no idea why it's here. So this is the news report that did not happen. I'm going to give you the quick heads up of what I neglected to talk about today. The first one, titled Stealth No More. Here's how Russia and China could shoot down a F-35 or F-22. Really, for fuck's sake, who cares? That's jacked up. Why would anyone put that on my phone? Like, I really want to know that China or Russia could shoot down a F-35 and an F-22. Like, really? I actually had to look at this one. And this is how I get caught, because then just because I click on it, the fuckers keep putting this stuff on my phone. It was written by someone named Dave Mahundar. Enough said. The next one was what is this? A 30-year anniversary of discoveries by Voyager as it visited two gas giants. So what next? CA Corvette. I'm going to admit I've been watching the CA Corvette for a while. So that 2 thumbs up, Google. You got that right. The next one, exoplanets and the long shot of search for glowing aliens. Again, why the fuck would they glow? No one has ever reported the aliens were glowing when they got probed. Next one, Putin shows off Su-57 stealth fighter after Turkey barred from buying F-35s. 2, no fucks given on that one. You see how hard it is to pull good news reports to cover on here? The next one, Avengers Endgame behind the scenes photo shows basically that it'll change the way you see the movie. Been there, done that, no one cares. Strange giant planet, unlike any other discovered. Now that's interesting. An exoplanet, right? You would have thought, hey, Moonraker, that might have been something that you could actually review, right? I mean, but then the question is this. When they say exoplanet, they don't mean exoplanet that's only a hop skip away, right? Usually these damn things are millions of light years away. And to be honest, the actual report doesn't even say how far it is. Not even a single iota of an idea of the distance of this planet. But here's what they do tell you. This planet, HR 5183b, 3 times the mass of Jupiter, has a egg-shaped path around the star that it hangs around, according to Caltech, but it takes 45 to 100 years to complete its orbit. More useless information, that's why I skipped it. The next one's a hoot. I might even do this one tomorrow. Physicists just released step-by-step instructions for building a wormhole. Which they should step in it, bada bing, bada boom. Drum roll, please. Yeah, so you're telling me that you can give me a step-by-step ingredients, like I'm cooking, cooking soup or putting together like a cake or something, of how to build a wormhole, but your ass, you still can't figure out how to get the fucking GPS right. Yeah, I said that just now. All right, let's get into the real news, because that's what we're here about. Yes, if you're just thinking, Moonraker's a little angry today. I don't know, I feel a little bit, a little angry. You're right. All right, let's just do this real quick because we can get this out the way, because apparently, until further notice, or better water heaters from Craigslist, the world is still a globe. Thank you. Thank you very much. I solved it. I totally did. Updated just yesterday, Mad Mike Hughes will remain grounded for at least the next 4 weeks while completing testing for his rocket. I gotta do a moment of silence, because he really gets to live another 4 weeks. Hopefully, he kind of upgrades his game and gets a water heater from Amazon instead. Because, come on, they have like same-day delivery, Mike. Craigslist is not the place to go. It really isn't. So maybe he'll learn his lesson. I don't know. So 4 weeks he'll be testing away before he straps himself to the rocket and takes off. But the next news, Mike, it's a hard act to follow. Hard act to follow. SpaceX today, finally, this evening, was able to take the gigantic R2-D2 and shoot it up into the air 150 meters. Successful launch. And let me tell you, the image for this episode is a picture of the launch, but it does not do it justice. You have to go to YouTube and look around for launch videos because it is magnificent. Now, some people refer to it as a flying water tower. I really like the comparing it to a giant R2-D2 because really that's what it looks like. It's like R2-D2 flying. It's perfect. Completely perfect. The entire flight took less than a minute. It was loud as hell, but I don't think anyone died in South Texas, so that's good. Perfect. We're not going to have any issues there. No one's going to complain. And I don't think anyone's windows shattered, though. The people that were there live were reporting from about 2 miles away that the ground was shaking when those Raptor engine, well, one Raptor engine basically lit up the sky as it took off. Could you imagine having 6 to 7 of those engines at the same time? I have a feeling that will not be taking off from good old Texas. No way. Not if one engine did that much, I don't know, impact to the ground and the area. The recordings are extremely loud too, so get ready. But like I said, you really have to take a look at it. It is amazing to see that gigantic tin can just take off like that. And again, it was one Raptor engine that was tested. And Elon Musk, of course, is being congratulated. The people in Boca Chica are still alive. They have homes and a pulse. So I'm sure they're thankful because apparently this is the last test for the Raptor engine in this particular form and fashion. Musk is saying that his next move is to hold a presentation to update the world on the design of the Starship. And along with that, the plans for the biggest SpaceX rocket yet. He says the final Starship will have a total of between 7 and or 6 Raptor engines and be paired with a new SpaceX Super Heavy rocket. And by estimates, they're saying that it's going to rival the Saturn V rocket that carried the NASA astronauts to the moon. I got to say this, you know, as much as people say that Elon Musk is a little bit wacky, that he might have a screw loose or 2 or 4 or 8. Listen, the guy is getting things done. He's got rockets. He's got rockets. And if you don't like Tesla, you don't like his tweets, you don't like the way he goes back and forth with the finance industry and things like that, so fucking what? The guy's got rockets. And he's doing things at an amazing pace. Now, the one thing you got to keep in mind is if it turns out that he can actually get this Starship going, is it possible that he himself will be on that first ride to Mars? This is what he's been saying wants to happen. I don't know that it's a great idea unless he just really is not planning to come back. Because all indications are that this will be a one-way trip for anyone that buys a ticket on the Starship. So you can go colonize Mars. You'll have Elon Musk there with you. But what's going to happen back on Earth? Do you think that all of the Tesla cars are going to self-destruct the moment he hits space? Kind of like the final fuck you, Earthlings. All the Teslas, they all either die down, they autopilot off a cliff, kill everyone. I can see it happening. Who's going to touch him then? There might be a sinister plot here by Mr. Musk. By the way, this is the end of the episode, but I do want to say howdy to Ronnie Dawson, who's on live right now. And yeah, Ronnie, Mad Mike is still living on a globe. And you know what, Mad Mike, he's got to accept it. Until he gets his ass up there way far enough to where he can take a picture of that turtle, he's pretty much fucked. He's just got to accept it. That's it. Completely accept it. It is what it is. So, you know, sometimes there are folks who really show us that we are way more than what our environment tries to keep us from being. That's Elon Musk. And there's a lot of folks like that. Maybe you in your own lives, you outgrew your environment. You became much more than anyone ever thought you would. Some people might say that people like these really are born of gods. That's the title of this track. Born of Gods. Congratulations, SpaceX. Elon Musk. It's time to head to the stars. Ciao.